Hey y'all! Today I don't have too much time, so I'll just tell you about my trip while I'm doing this. So on Friday I drove down after work, so I couldn't leave till about 6:30, so it's already dark by the time I got halfway there, which was a little rough. My car's lights are pretty dim, so I couldn't see super well, and then right as I'm entering this windy part through these small mountains, it starts pouring rain. It was probably some of the worst rain I've ever driven through. And since it was dark, I just really could not see well. Everyone was probably going about 20 miles under the speed limit when they'd normally be going like 15 over. And I just had to hang on to people's taillights to make sure I was following the road correctly. Thankfully, I wasn't too stressed, but wow, it was some exhausting driving. After the rain finally ended, I got gas and took a break as a reward for my time, kept on driving. And the rest of the drive went smoothly, and I finally got in around 11. And as soon as I got to my parents' front door, I couldn't believe how much energy they had. I was like so wiped out from a long drive on top of work. And they were just bouncing around super excitingly, telling me about their plans for the weekend. I think I fell asleep at the table listening to them. The next day we went and saw a movie, which was good, and we walked around town. They just moved, so I'm not too familiar with the area. So it was kind of cool to sort of explore it. It's super green there right now, which apparently is not the norm, but it looked really nice. Downtown was filled with like little stores and restaurants, and people were walking their dogs all around. Apparently, they're not allowed to walk their dogs through like the plaza in the middle because the dogs will scare the ducks, which sounds like a controversial rule to me because I saw quite a few dogs. We walked home, and then my sister joined us for dinner, but then she had to go study for some test. My parents and I played cards for a little bit, and then I went to bed. The next day, I caught up with some friends who were in town. We went hiking for a couple hours and talked about our lives, which was wonderful because I hadn't seen them in about a year. Hopefully they'll be able to come up and see me soon, but it is a bit of a drive. We got lunch afterwards, and then we said goodbye, but I really needed a nap. And then when I woke up, we rushed in the car to go to my grandparents' house. I had to check all the family and friends' socialization boxes. It was a really good end to the visit. And then that night, I drove back home. This time there was no rain, thankfully, and it was smooth sailing all the way back. Overall, pretty solid trip.